First half hour, though, to the latest in finance, and we're joined this morning by Jessica Amir, Market Strategist at the trading platform Moomoo. Jess, good morning to you. So what's been happening on the international markets, firstly?
Good morning, Thomas. There's so much to go through, but I guess we've got to start with the big picture first. So that is, we've got US and European equity markets ending mostly lower, and it's really on the notion of higher for longer interest rates, and that essentially impacting company earnings. So that's not really good for high growth companies, but we did all in all see the tech-heavy Nasdaq and slightly higher. Well, it's slightly higher at the minute by the skin of its teeth. We do have to touch on commodities, though, Thomas. We've got the oil price down to a 3-week low, so a bit of reprieve for consumers around the world. The oil price is down 2.5%. But that is really at the hands of profit taking, and the catalyst for oil falling as well, you could argue, is the higher US dollar. But because, of course, oil is paid for in US dollars. The other thing that's happening, Thomas, is we do have auto worker strikes continuing. In fact, they expanded overnight in the US. So now there's about 43 car maker facilities out of action. Totally. So that's almost 30% of car maker production down and out. That's including car maker production at Ford, GM facilities in the States. And basically, workers are continuing to strike because they've been offered some pay rises, but they're saying that's not enough. They want a 60% pay jump, just like their CEOs have had. So expecting a bit more turmoil there. Not very pleasant for them, but also for shareholders who are kind of scratching their heads going, how long is this going to go on for? But all in all, we did say car makers shares and higher, including Tesla. We also had a bit of a roundtable discussion overnight, but with the federal chair holding a meeting, basically discussing how the US economy is going. Employment's strong, but we've got oil prices up 13%. So that basically means now the stakes are higher for the Fed to keep interest rates higher for longer. So stakes increase, Thomas, for interest rates to actually hike when the Fed meets next month. So now there's a 25% chance of a rate hike, and that is what pushed up bond yields, Thomas. So the 10-year bond yield hit its highest level since 2007. All in all, it's not really good for equity markets, especially those companies that carry higher debt. And that has resulted in, all in all, the S&P 500, the biggest 500 stocks, that's down about 0.5%. But as we said, the Nasdaq is up slightly higher by the skin of its teeth. That's actually, pardon me, it's up by about 0.3% at the minute.
Okay, what can we expect on the local front today, Jess?
Well, as you can expect, we're probably going to follow the US market lower. So the futures are pointing to a 0.2% drop at the minute. But it would be remiss if we didn't say you can expect some haircuts, a bit of fat, I guess, can be taken off those great gains that we've seen on equities in the oil front. So Woodside, Santos, Ampol, they'll probably see some profit taking today. But the big action will be on the RBA meeting. So they're expected to hold rates for the 4th straight meeting today. So, I mean, they're going to, dissect what higher oil prices mean. And that's kind of, seen some aspects of inflation creep up, but all in all, we know Aussies are doing it tough. The average home loan, it's gone up by about $16,000. So that's why interest rates will probably stay where they are. So yeah, pretty busy day on equities.
Yeah, but the sounds of it. And how are the currencies looking this morning, just while we've got you there?
So we've got the US dollar hitting higher ground again, just on bets of a higher for longer rhetoric of interest rates. So as you could imagine, that's pressuring most FX pairs. So we do have the Aussie dollar kind of pushing back at a key resistance level, which is a technical level that we're watching. So that's basically keeping the Aussie dollar under wraps. So the Aussie dollar at the minute is kind of a slightly lower, but it's buying 63.65 US cents. But all in all, the market's kind of holding its breath for the 2:30 p.m. Sydney time meeting at the RBA today as for what will actually come out of that.
Okay, Jess, thanks as always for joining us. Jessica Amir there, market strategist at the trading platform Moomoo with the latest in finance.